like a magazine was way beyond me. And so it took me a while to grasp that I could do it. But yeah, I worked with the women in the inner city, and you know, going into their homes and everything, I could do that. But boy, when it came to coming up with a magazine, the idea was great, but the actual doing of it seemed a little formidable to me for about 4 or 5 years. Yeah. And I had to get out in that water. But it was difficult because it wasn't in my background as far as coming up with a magazine. And of course, I thought of it in the traditional sense with subscriptions and with very, you know, like 100, 200 pages. But now that the way we're doing it, I'm kind of backing into the not subscriptions. We're having to do a totally different way of distribution than traditional magazines. But it's kind of interesting. You do with what you know, and then you just keep growing and growing. Yeah, exactly, because it's interesting you picked up on that because it is digital. Our Google Analytics are showing that it's being picked up in places that there's no way we could ever reach. Even Riyadh, in the Middle East, in Europe. I've seen it in of course in Asia. I say of course, it blows my mind, but and we know by the number of, they're not bounces, because we know by how long they're staying on a page and whatnot. So it's interesting. I think maybe the idea that it's short, that it's positive, it has something that is connecting with people. Yes, yes. It really came from just recognizing that what I enjoyed growing up, I realized there was a void. That it wasn't, in a sense, it just wasn't fair. The women that I was working with in the inner city didn't have that network, whether it was your mother, your grandmother's aunts that were speaking into your lives, friends, sharing ideas, whether it was the print magazine. That really was not there in the inner city. So why not pull from that and present something that says, hey, these are ideas, these are things uh, to do, not talking at them, just writing an article, just something that they can process when they want to, just as I would pick up any magazine with an idea in it and decide, oh yeah, I want to do that.